Everyone is familiar with the strong man, the bearded lady, or the Siamese twins. But have you ever heard of the hidden stories behind these and other circus legends? Behind the curtain, there's so much more than meets the eye. These weren't just performers. They were people with extraordinary lives, full of struggles, triumphs, and stories that'll stop you in your tracks. What was it really like to be celebrated on stage but often misunderstood off it? Stick around, because these 15 hidden stories of circus legends are going to take you on a journey you won't forget. Number 15. CRRA Farini. CRRA Farini's story isn't just about her unique appearance. It's about the strength of a woman who refused to be defined by how others saw her. Born in Laos in 1876 with hypertrichosis, a condition that covered her body in thick hair, she was marketed to Victorian audiences as a missing link. CRRA was often called the Ape Woman, but her intelligence and sophistication told a very different story. Fluent in multiple languages and skilled at navigating the public eye, CRRA turned sideshow appearances into opportunities to challenge norms. Her performances in elegant Victorian clothing forced audiences to confront their prejudices, proving she was as dignified and human as anyone else. Despite the exploitation she endured, CRRA lived a life of quiet dignity, spending her later years in Brooklyn, where she passed away in 1926. Her story remains a powerful reminder that the way you look doesn't define who you are. Your character and resilience do. Number 14. Sarah Biffen. Sarah Biffen, born in 1784 without arms or fully formed legs, didn't let physical limitations define her. Using her mouth and shoulder, she became an accomplished artist whose work amazed the 19th century art world. Her paintings and drawings, ranging from delicate portraits to intricate landscapes, left audiences stunned. Touring fairs and sideshows, Sarah proved that her abilities far outshone any preconceived notions about her. Her art earned her widespread admiration, even from Charles Dickens, who praised her work. Despite facing societal challenges, Sarah achieved financial independence, selling her art for impressive sums. She was a living testament to perseverance and creativity, showing the world that talent knows no boundaries. Sarah's legacy as an artist is as vibrant as the colors on her canvas, a reminder that greatness isn't about what you're born with, but what you create with what you have. Number 13. Frank Richards. Frank Richards was the guy who looked at a punch to the gut and said, "Is that all you've got?" Known as the human punching bag, Frank turned his iron-clad stomach into a jaw-dropping vaudeville act. It wasn't just punches from local tough guys. He took blows from professional boxers, swings with sledgehammers, and even direct hits from cannonballs. Yes, actual cannonballs. People flocked to see if this human shield could really handle it, and every time Frank walked away unscathed, often with a cheeky grin. His performances weren't just about brute strength. They had a certain comedic flair. Imagine someone nonchalantly dusting off their shirt after being walloped by a sledgehammer. Frank wasn't just tough. He was a performer who understood how to make his unique ability entertaining. While most of us flinch at the idea of a jab, Frank built a career out of taking hits, literally, and became a legend in the process. Number 12. Anna Swan, the giantess with a giant heart. Anna Swan didn't just stand out in a crowd, she towered over it. Born in Nova Scotia in 1846, Anna grew to a breathtaking 7'5" due to gigantism, becoming one of the tallest women in history. By 10 years old, she was already taller than most adults, and her life was anything but ordinary. Anna's extraordinary height caught the attention of P.T. Barnum, who invited her to join his famous circus. She became a star attraction, dazzling audiences not just with her height, but with her charm and wit. Despite the spectacle, Anna carried herself with grace, endearing herself to fans worldwide. Her love story was just as legendary. She married Martin Van Buren Bates, another towering figure, forming a literal power couple. Together, they built a home with furniture large enough to fit their proportions, proving that even giants dream big. Number 11. Violeta Viveta. They said she couldn't, so she showed them she could, and better than anyone else. Born without limbs due to tetra amelia syndrome, Violeta Viveta didn't just defy expectations, she rewrote them. Known as Beautiful Venus, she wowed crowds with her ability to comb her hair, sew, and perform tasks that many thought impossible. Touring with circuses, Violeta wasn't about pity. She was about awe. Her elegance and determination silenced skeptics and earned her admiration at a time when physical differences often led to ridicule. However, her journey wasn't without challenges. Facing exploitation and prying eyes, Violeta maintained her dignity and inspired countless people. Her story isn't just one of survival, but of triumph. Violeta proved that physical limitations don't define worth. So next time you're doubting your abilities, channel your inner Violeta and remember, the greatest strength comes from within. So, never give up. Number 10. Millie and Christine McCoy. Two voices, one harmony. Born into slavery in 1851, Millie and Christine McCoy, conjoined twins from North Carolina, faced a life of hardships and exploitation. Sold multiple times as infants, their lives took a turn when they were taught to sing, dance, and play instruments, becoming the beloved two-headed nightingale. The sisters toured the world, performing for royalty, presidents, and even P.T. Barnum's Circus. Their charm and talents dissolved the stigma of their condition, earning them respect and admiration. Later in life, they retired to a quiet home in North Carolina, but tragedy struck when a fire destroyed their home and prized possessions in 1909. Despite the loss, the sisters remained resilient until their deaths in 1912, just a day apart. Buried together in a custom double coffin, their legacy lives on as a symbol of unity and strength, proving that even in the face of adversity, harmony prevails. Now, let's head over to Number 9. Franchesco Lentini. How do you become a legend with 3 legs? By standing tall, figuratively of course. Born in 1889 with a parasitic twin, Franchesco Lentini's body included a 3rd leg and additional genitals, making him an instant curiosity. Bullied as a child, he found inspiration in a school for disabled children, sparking a determination to embrace his differences. Lentini joined sideshows, where his wit and charm made him a fan favorite. He even joked that having 3 legs meant he could kick twice as hard. Talk about making the best of it. For over 40 years, he toured with Barnum and Bailey, earning a reputation as the 3-legged wonder. Despite his physical challenges, Lentini lived a full, joyous life, proving that humor and resilience can outshine adversity. His story is a testament to finding strength in what makes you unique. If Franchesco could thrive with 3 legs, maybe we can handle life's smaller obstacles without tripping up. Number 8. Schlitzie the Pinhead. Schlitzie wasn't just a performer. He was a heartwarming reminder that joy can thrive anywhere. Born in 1901 with microcephaly, Schlitzie's small skull and intellectual disabilities made him a curiosity in the sideshow world, but it was his infectious personality that won hearts. Billed as the missing link, Schlitzie had a natural charisma that made audiences smile. Whether on stage performing or off-stage delighting in simple pleasures like shopping for dresses, his childlike wonder was contagious. Schlitzie even became a cult icon after starring in the 1932 film Freaks. Despite a life marked by misunderstanding, he found love and care within the circus community, where he was cherished for who he was. His legacy isn't just about his condition, it's about the joy he brought to the world. His story reminds us that life is less about what you achieve and more about how you make others feel. Schlitzie made the world a little brighter, one smile at a time. Number 7. Mir and Dejo. What kind of man willingly lets swords pierce through his body? Meet Mir and Dejo, the ultimate human pincushion. Born in 1912, Dejo stunned audiences with his seemingly invulnerable body, claiming divine inspiration for his death-defying acts. With swords skewering his torso and no signs of pain or injury, he left doctors baffled and audiences mesmerized. But Mirren's mission wasn't just shock value. He wanted to inspire spiritual enlightenment, believing his feats showcased the limits of human potential. Unfortunately, his extreme methods caught up with him, and he died at 35 from an aortic rupture. While his stunts might make your stomach turn, Mirren's passion for pushing boundaries serves as a reminder to chase your dreams, even if they're a little unconventional. Just maybe leave the sword swallowing to the professionals. If you do that, well, then you could become world famous too. So, never give up on chasing your dreams, no matter how unconventional they might seem. Who knows? You might end up breaking boundaries and inspiring others along the way. Life is amazingly strange. Anything can happen. Number 6. Chang and Ang Bunker. Chang and Ang Bunker, born in 1811 in Siam, now Thailand, were joined at the chest but managed to live lives more dynamic than most. Touring as the Siamese twins, they became international celebrities, balancing fame with a desire for normalcy. Settling in North Carolina, they married sisters and raised 21 children between them. That's right, they ran a household, managed a farm, and still found time for family drama. Their bond, both physical and emotional, was unbreakable, literally. When Chang fell ill in 1874, Ang passed away just hours later, proving their connection was deeper than skin. Chang and Ang's story is one of perseverance, love, and the ultimate teamwork. If they could accomplish so much together, imagine what the rest of us could do if we worked in harmony, preferably not joined at the chest. So, don't fight with your sibling over who gets the remote. Instead, embrace each other's differences and work together towards a common goal. Who knows? You might just become unstoppable. The story of Chang and Ang Bunker is also a reminder that there is strength in unity and that love knows no boundaries. Number 5. Fanny Mills. What would you do if your feet were bigger than most people's heads? Fanny Mills turned hers into a career. Born in 1860 in Ohio, Fanny had Milroy disease, which caused her feet to grow to an astonishing size, 19 inches long and 7 inches wide. She became known as the Ohio Bigfoot Girl and was a headliner in sideshows, earning up to $150 weekly, a small fortune in her time. Promoters even made up a wild tale, offering $5,000 to any man willing to marry her. Spoiler, she was already married to William Brown. Behind the spectacle, though, Fanny's life wasn't all applause. After a miscarriage and declining health, she retired from the stage and passed away at just 39. Her story reflects the bittersweet lives of sideshow performers who were celebrated for their differences, but often endured great personal struggles. Fanny's life was proof that sometimes being extraordinary comes at a heavy price, literally in her case. Number 4. Robert Melvin. Robert Melvin, born in 1920 in Missouri, lived with neurofibromatosis, a condition that left his face heavily deformed. But where others saw hardship, Robert saw an opportunity. Known as the man with two faces, he captivated audiences at Coney Island with his resilience and humor. Before joining sideshows, Robert faced rejection, even being excluded from school. Yet his tenacity and outgoing personality helped him earn an education and acceptance. Beyond the spotlight, he worked as an accountant for the same sideshow he performed in, proving he wasn't just a spectacle, but a skilled and multifaceted individual. Audiences admired his gentle demeanor, and his peers respected him for his strength and positivity. Robert's life reminds us that what makes us different can also make us remarkable, and sometimes the only face that truly matters is the one you show the world. Number 3. Minnie Woolsey. Minnie Woolsey didn't just perform, she soared. Born in 1880 with Virchow-Seckel syndrome, Minnie had a bird-like appearance with a small head, sharp features, and a slender frame. Nicknamed Cuckoo the Bird Girl, she embraced her uniqueness and made it her calling card. Toothless and visually impaired, Minnie turned heads wherever she went, not just for how she looked, but for how she carried herself. Her career took off when she joined sideshows, dazzling audiences with her charm and personality. Minnie became a household name after appearing in the cult classic film Freaks in 1932. Despite the exploitation that often came with her career, Minnie refused to be a victim, showcasing resilience and individuality on every stage. Her life is a reminder that sometimes what sets us apart is what makes us unforgettable. Minnie wasn't just a sideshow performer, she was living proof that you don't need wings to fly. Number 2. Daisy and Violet Hilton. Daisy and Violet Hilton weren't just performers, they were survivors. Born in 1908 in England and conjoined at the hip, the twins' early lives were marked by exploitation. Their guardians paraded them as novelties from a young age, pocketing their earnings while the twins lived under strict control. But Daisy and Violet had talent in spades, and their charisma lit up vaudeville stages and the silver screen, including their unforgettable role in Freaks, 1932. Eventually, they won their freedom after suing for independence, a hard-fought triumph. However, financial struggles in their later years saw them performing in smaller venues to make ends meet. The twins' bond was as unbreakable as their will to survive. When Daisy passed away in 1969, Violet followed just days later, highlighting the depth of their connection. Their lives were a mix of triumph and tragedy, but they left behind a legacy of resilience and determination that continues to inspire. Number 1. William Hutchings. Ever seen someone do math so fast it feels like magic? Meet William Hutchings, the lightning calculator. Born with a mind sharper than a calculator, Hutchings dazzled audiences by solving complex equations faster than most people could blink. Promoted by none other than P.T. Barnum, he became a sideshow star, leaving crowds awestruck with his rapid arithmetic skills. But Hutchings wasn't just about showmanship. He also had a passion for teaching. After retiring from performing, he wrote a book to share his mathematical techniques, proving that his talent wasn't just for the spotlight. Hutchings even performed for President Ulysses S. Grant, cementing his reputation as a prodigy. His story shows that sideshows weren't just about physical differences, they also celebrated extraordinary minds. Hutchings reminds us that brilliance comes in all forms, and sometimes it's the quiet talents that leave the loudest impact. Next time you struggle with math, just think of Hutchings and his mind-blowing mental gymnastics. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.